Hey, it's Benji Cole, son of Al Cole from CBS Radio and host of the syndicated talk show, People of Distinction. The talk that gives you an in-depth view of some of the most dynamic, intelligent, and successful people on the planet. Run to our website, alcoleenterprises.com for more info. Email me directly through benji@alcoleenterprises.com if you'd like to get involved with what we have going. And as always, please continue to like and follow our broadcasts. People of Distinction is an internationally syndicated show solely due to the love and support that you all continue to show. We're available across all major podcast distributors, and like I mentioned, people, if you keep following, we're going to continue to put out the content. Now sit back and strap in because we are delighted to showcase this next guest on our network. And on the line with us today, we have the impressive Linda Wong. And we're going to be discussing her amazing book, Body Count. Two close friends navigate romantic and sexual relationships. Available for purchase through Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and a whole host of other places. While you're at it, people, check it out. Listen, man, this is the first in a series of 4. One is still in creation, and there is a whole lot left in store. You're going to want to check out her personal site to gather them all, and that's booksbylindawong.com. There, you're going to gather more information on Linda, more information on her amazing books. You're going to find a hyperlink set up to take you to the purchasing pages. I'm telling you, it's a one-stop shop for it all. Once again, that's booksbylindawong.com. And listen, it is an absolute pleasure to have Linda here on the line. People, her book, Body Count, is much more than a compelling title. First and foremost, that it is, okay? Honestly, man, we are going there today. When you pick up this book, you're diving straight into it. When we talk about body count, you know what we're saying here, all right? We're talking about, we're gonna be adults about this whole thing, and we're gonna be having that conversation. But this is something that is remarkably entertaining, but also is so relatable. When it comes to the dating scene, Linda is onto something special, and like I mentioned, this is just the first. There is a lot more on the horizon that you're going to want to sink your teeth into. And without further ado, let's bring her here with us so we can dive into it all. Linda, first and foremost, welcome to People of Distinction, and thank you very much for being a guest. How are you doing today?
I am doing well, except for a little cold, but other than that, I'm doing fine. I hope you're doing well as well.
Well, thank you very much, Linda. Listen, it's around that time of year, okay? Unfortunately, myself, my family, we're just getting over our colds. So lots of rest and medicine, but thankfully, we are back in the swing of things. And we, of course, we're wishing you a speedy recovery and nothing but the best. Hopefully, you kick this thing very soon and you're back into it as well. Nobody likes to be sick, right? I mean, it just comes with the territory around that time of year. But listen, we're wishing you the best, of course. And Linda, I have to tell you, your book is remarkably compelling, okay? Starting with the title, Body Count. Well, let's just say it brings me back to my single days. And I assure you people, whether you're male or female, you have your own story to tell about your particular body count.
Body count is not dead bodies, so that people know this is not a murder story, but it's the body count are relationships that go bad. So those are the bodies.
Absolutely. Well, listen, if anyone needed the translation of the term, this book wouldn't be for them, Linda, okay? That wouldn't be your intended reader, I'm sure. We're talking about some adult relations here today, people. So get with it, okay? Get on board. And let's put our big boy pants and our big girl pants on, and let's have the discussion. Jumping in now, Linda, what general themes prevail through your books about Remy Wilkerson?
I think one of the main theme is the value of friendship. She has several very close friends. They call themselves the Fierce Five. And they go through a lot of life situations together, always they're supportive of each other, non-judgmental. And I think the real theme is the value of friendships. You can't replace them. And it's well deserved to spend the time honing and developing and nurturing strong relationships, because they're the kinds of relationships that are there for you always.
Well, I'm curious, Linda, that is a great segue that you've established, okay? Because listen, I'm listening to you talk, and I know my listening audience is just as curious as I am. Are the stories told in your novel mostly about dating in the single world, or does it happen to be more layered and nuanced than that?
Well, some of the other layers are, I like people to read to have different experiences. So part of the storylines are going to different places, like visiting Napa Valley and going to a lot of different wineries there. Some people may not be familiar with that, and so I wanted the opportunity for them to kind of get a glimpse of what it's like to wander through the vineyards and visit the different wineries. Then there's another one. I used to live in Oregon, and I really enjoyed the Shakespearean Festival down in Ashland, Oregon. So there's a trip where they go to the Shakespearean Festival, and people kind of get a glimpse of what that's about. And then other experiences like venturing out and trying something new. In this case, Remy decides to start a new business called the Prose Cafe. And so there are always challenges trying to figure out how to start up a new business, how to get it running, how to build success, how to build a good customer base, etc. So it's more than just dating. It's just a lot of different experiences and exposure to places that people otherwise perhaps had not been to or experienced themselves.
People, again, we're here on the line with the impressive Linda Wong. We're discussing her amazing book, Body Count. Two close friends navigate romantic and sexual relationships. It's available through Amazon, Barnes & Noble, but check out her personal site to gather everything that she has in store. And that's booksbylindawong.com. And I say everything that she has in store, people, because remember, this is a series of books. So there's other ones that you're going to want to pick up. One is still in creation, but there's plenty to keep you occupied in the meantime. Head on over to booksbylindawong.com and gather it all today. Linda, I want to transition now into inspiration, okay? Your book is entertaining, as I've mentioned, but it is also relatable. Because listen, when we're talking about the dating world, man, listen, whether you're male, you're female, you're going through the Russian roulette of the dating scene, and whew, my goodness, is it exhausting? Is it challenging?
I think a lot of times people who are single, they just withdraw, and they stop even trying to be a part of the dating scene, because it does get so frustrating and confusing and sometimes demoralizing. It's like, it shouldn't be this hard. It would be wonderful if just natural going about life, you meet someone and you kind of hit it off together, and you're so fortunate and blessed to have found each other. But it usually just doesn't work that way, and it's a challenge. And I think there are a lot of times that people just drop out from it and say, you know what? It is not that difficult to not be involved with someone. Sometimes it's easier, and to learn to enjoy life, whatever it's dealt you, and whether you're single or not, and not get hung up on, kind of this emphasis that everybody's got to have someone, or everybody's got to be married, or fortunately, that's no longer the way the world works. Anything that works as a relationship or lack of relationship works. You have lots of options out there now, and I think that's what's wonderful.
Yeah, exactly. And Linda, this is what leads me now to my next question. It's another variation of inspiration here, but I'm curious to know what inspired you to write books with this particular subject matter in mind?
I just love the process of writing. To me, it's like magical. I love to write, and I type fast, and I start working on something, and I usually don't work from an outline. I just start writing, and the ideas just start flowing, and I never know where I'm going to go or where it's going to end up. And that's part of the process that I enjoy so much. The characters kind of develop themselves as I go about writing, and things take a new twist or a turn here or there, and it's like, ooh, that's an interesting way to go. Let's follow it and see what happens. So I just really kind of go without an outline. I just try to follow the flow and see where it goes, and very seldom do I just completely reject something and say, no, I don't like that at all. I just really am pleased with the process. And I think that's what I really like about it, is something that comes to me very naturally. And anyone who's had some kind of interest or talent where you don't have to put a lot of thought and effort into it, it just happens. It's a wonderful feeling. It's just something that you want to do more and more of, and that's where I am with the writing. I could just keep writing up a storm. The hard part is getting books published and getting sales, that type of thing. Because otherwise, I could, oh my gosh, I could just keep writing forever. I enjoy it. It's wonderful.
I love it. I love it. Linda, my follow-up now, I wanna utilize this time now as a way of paying it forward, if possible. Listen, you are someone that is not only writing this book, but personally, you've been in the dating scene yourself, right? You've also, I'm sure, researched a lot of the dating scene now to really buffer the situations found within your book. Well, I'm curious now to know, for those out there that are still kind of navigating the turbulent waters of the dating scene, any advice that you could offer for them that find themselves in that position currently?
I would say just lighten up. Some people just get so dramatic with all of the situations with relationships, and I just don't think it's the place to be bitter or angry or disappointed. It's a process, and you can engage in it as much or as little as you want, and take it a little bit more lightly, and don't let it, emotionally destroy you. Because I do have friends who get just really too bent out of shape based on trying to find the right relationship. And I always say, well, look at the good things that you have going on in your life without the relationship. Those are working, those are enjoyable, those are rewarding. Focus on that, and maybe the other will just come kind of sliding in the back door, and there's someone that's right for you, or dating becomes something that's enjoyable. Because I think it's all about people getting to know people, and that's a wonderful process. The world is full of so many people, so many different personalities and backgrounds and cultures, that it's all about exploring, but do it with a sense of enjoyment and of interest, intrigue, not something out of desperation. And so I think my main thing would be to say, just lighten up and go with the process. Look for other things to add value to your life so that you feel like it's a rewarding experience, and it's not relying just on having someone else by your side.
Love that. Love that advice. And as we start to close out of here, Linda, we know a little bit about your background. We know about this fantastic book. We know about other books in this particular series. Well, now let's focus on the future. Okay, let's transition here as we leave our listening audience. Let us know, do you have another series in the making?
I do. I have another series called Not Forever, and there are 6 main characters in that series, and They go through a lot of the different experiences, like in the ones that we've just talked about. This time they'll be going to Mardi Gras, New Orleans, Costa Rica, Brazil, the rainforests in Brazil. And I grew up in Brazil, so it's kind of fun to write about a place that I've been that other people maybe don't have those experiences. And so I like to include those kind of insights into the writing. So there's Melissa, Greg, Elizabeth, Sammy, Rebecca, and Robin, and they all are part of the new series, Not Forever. The first book is done. And I haven't started the second yet because I'm still trying to figure out the direction with publishers. So then I'll keep cranking out some more.
Well, there you have it. Listen, people, I love it, okay? You have more than enough to keep you occupied in the meantime. There's a lot of other books still to come. But as of right now, yes, it's Amazon. It's Barnes & Noble. It's a whole host of other places. But check out her personal website for it all. And that's booksbylindawong.com. Remember, people, it starts with this main book, Body Count. Two close friends navigate romantic and sexual relationships. But like I mentioned, there is so much left in store for you to sink your teeth into, okay? That book has its own series. There's another series in development. Man, I'm telling you, remember the name Linda Wong, because she is doing some things and you need to be aware of it all. Head on over there, pick up your copies today and get lost in these amazing books. I'm telling you, something that not only is fantastic literary creations, but something that is destined for the big screen. So I wouldn't be surprised if you start to see either a television series or even a movie developed from it very, very shortly. Linda, this has been a true pleasure. I really do mean this, an absolute honor. It's been such a fun discussion, and I know that my listening audience is entirely grateful to you as well. Thank you for creating these amazing books, but most importantly, thank you for being a guest here with us to discuss them through people of distinction.
Thank you for such a fine interview. You do an excellent job, and you are appreciated.